Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Zoe Wafelbakker and this is Living in Austin. Today we are going to talk about a super interesting thing, and that's the weather. Because it ain't all sunshine and humidity here. And I am going to tell you why my second best investment when coming to Austin was my raincoat slash winter coat. So stick around and you'll find out more. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I am Zoe Wafelbakker with Agape Property Group here in Austin, Texas. If you're new to the channel, thank you for checking us out. Make sure that you hit that little subscribe button and that notification bell next to it, and you'll get notified every week when we upload a video, because we're uploading content about what it's like to live, work, eat, play, the weather, all the things that you know before you move. And now, as much as we love making these videos, we love helping people move here even more. As licensed realtors in the state of Texas, it's our absolute pleasure to be able to help you guys find a home and a community. So make sure that you reach out. You've got our details to below: phone number, text, give us a call, drop us an email. All those things. Between myself and my business partner Mark French, we're the ones that answer the phone, the emails and the texts. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear what your plans are and how we can help you relocate to this awesome city. Now, this awesome city that has some pretty unpredictable weather. It's not all sunshine and humidity. It's not. There's more to it. So the reason I'm actually doing this one, and I've kind of held back from doing like one about the weather, because New Zealanders just love talking about the weather. They really do. But because it seems quite dull. But it's actually, this is going to be super informative, because the Austin weather is ridiculously unpredictable, and you can get all four seasons in one day. If not one day, 1 week. So great example of that this week, hence me being in this jumper, is it dropped by 54 degrees Fahrenheit for my non-American friends here. 54 in 24 hours. Tuesday it was 88, and then it went down to 30 to whatever 54 is less, 30 something degrees. So we need to talk about that. But first up, let's talk about the obvious thing that takes up most the year from like May to October, is the sunshine. So basically, for the averages, not going to spend too much time on this. From May through to October, you've got a range of like from 80 degrees up to 96 degrees. Don't be surprised in July and August, which are your hottest months, if we're going to get, at least a week of in the 100 degrees. Maybe not consecutively, but don't be surprised getting those over 100 degree temperatures. The year before we arrived, I think it was the year before, they had something like 3 weeks or a ridiculous amount of time, might have been longer than that, of over 100 degrees consecutively, 3 digits consecutively. So we haven't had it that bad since we've been here for the last 7 years. But yeah, man, when it gets hot, and when it's summer, it's hot and it's humid. It's something to be prepared for. And yeah, with that, you do have the humidity, because Austin is a subtropical humid climate. So get used to sweating. I have said that on other videos before, but it's true. You need to get used to sweating. Now, let's talk about the rain, because it rains a lot. One of the other really good investments that I made here was really good rain boots, because when it rains, man, it rains. looking at the graph again, you go from like 1.9 inches in February for the averages, about 1.9 inches through to 5 inches in May, and all the range in between. So, you know, that looks like acceptable. Thing is, when it rains, it rains. It comes down in bucket loads, more than bucket loads. So we have extreme weather, and one thing to note on this is that you've just really got to be careful. You're going to get the alerts on your phone for emergency alerts to stay indoors, because there's flood warnings, and you just have to be careful. You don't want to be stuck out in your car or anything like that. Some useful stuff, seeing on that graph before, May as one of the wettest months, Memorial Day. Like, Austin has had a lot of severe flooding in the past. There was and it's struck on Memorial Day weekend twice that I definitely know about. One was years back in 1981, mass destruction. Several people died. It was really devastating. And the other one was shortly after we arrived. We totally thought that we'd brought the weather from the UK with us. And again, Memorial Day weekend, with mass flooding and just a few deaths on that one as well. So do be careful when it rains. I looked at some figures, and it went back to like May the 31st, on just to give you an idea of how much it can rain overnight here. Back on May the 31st, we got 3.95 inches in one day. That wasn't the record. There are other extreme ones dating back like to the 1920s and stuff, but another one that was kind of goes down as one of the wettest single days is back in 2010, and they got 7 inches. So yeah, when it rains, it rains. Get rain boots. Definitely get rain boots. We used to call them gum boots in New Zealand. There's something not very helpful for you to know about. So now, getting on to other extreme weather. I saw this really cool meme this week. It was like, will it rain or will it snow? I live in Texas, so I do not know. Is that how it went? Yeah, it's coming up on the screen anyway. I thought it was so fun, because you just don't know what the weather's going to do. It's that extreme. And, you know, back to what I said at the beginning, seriously, second best investment to my house has been my winter coat. And I've actually got more use out of it. I bought it just before the winter storm last year. We had snow, a massive snowstorm for a week in February last year, 2021. And fortunately, I just got it before then, and I've used it a lot more than what you would think you would need. So get a coat. Don't throw your coat out, is what I'm saying. Yeah, it can be really extreme. Like I said, we had a snowstorm in February 2021. Our infrastructure is not used to that, those kinds of temperatures. And so we lost electricity for a few days. Some of us lost water, electricity. From my knowledge, everyone's gas kept operating. But our houses weren't built for the cold either. So people were like wrapping up pipes and the faucets outside, and because we didn't want them to freeze. A lot of houses that weren't prepared, or just were prepared, but they had some pretty bad luck. Their plumbing, their pipes burst. So it was a bit of a bad time. You know, having that kind of weather and not having electricity is pretty awful. I was in Colorado last month, and there was snow there, and it was amazing. It was absolutely beautiful, because you were going inside to like warm weather. Not so much fun when you don't go inside, and when you go inside and you don't have warm weather. But enough about that. So it can be extreme. Literally this week, on Tuesday, it was 88, and then on Wednesday, it hit 32. So amazing change in weather. So one day you're in t-shirts and the next day you're totally wrapped up. With that, you might be going to yourself, 30 degrees, it's nothing. Heads up, always this is in Fahrenheit for my international friends. The problem here, like I said, with the infrastructure is we don't also have the resources. So the roads are super icy, and we do get freezing rain as well. So the roads are icy. Be careful on the bridges. If it does snow, we don't have snow plows like I saw in Colorado. We don't have salt to put down on the roads to kind of like de-ice them. So really, if you can, stay indoors or make it much later when you go out. What you will find if you have small children, I would keep an eye out if it hits around the 30-degree mark, for a heads up from the school that they're going to either do a delay close or they'll do a snow day. We literally just had that this morning. Kids had a 2-hour delay start, so they started at 9:40 instead of 7:40. So that is likely. AISD in particular can be somewhat slow in getting that notification out. We fortunately last night we got ours at 10:30, but sometimes we have been advised at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Get a nice little buzz on your phone at 4 o'clock in the morning to say that your kids can actually sleep in. It's always really well received by parents. So that's that. It does get cold and it does get icy on those roads, and there are a lot of accidents. So just stay indoors, okay? So if I haven't, freaked you out enough with, all the bad weather that we get in Texas, I'm going to do it a little bit more and let you know about the full-on storms that we get, like the lightning and the thunderstorms. They are really intense. And I was speaking to someone else from a different state, and she was blown away by like how close the storms are and how close the lightning is. This year or the end of last year, we had a storm and it was literally overhead. I thought the house was going to come down. The lightning, you get the whole fork lightning, and it's an amazing show, but it can be pretty freaky and you might be totally used to it. But yeah, they are very close. They're not kind of like lightning storms far in the distance or anything like that. They're right on top of you. So expect a couple of those a year. With that, and this is where I don't really want to freak you out too much, but it's not uncommon that houses have lightning strikes. One in our neighborhood actually happened at the end of last year. Their house burnt down. They were fine. They were fine. The two people that lived there, they got out, but the house actually burnt down. So with that, as a precaution, getting a heat sensor in your attic is a really smart idea. Just a bit of peace of mind, because if that starts buzzing, then you'll know. These particular guys didn't even know what was going on until a neighbor told them to get out the house because they saw it, and but they didn't know because it was going on in the attic. So yeah, don't want to freak you out too much, but you just got to be aware of this kind of stuff, because yeah, Austin has some crazy weather. Now that's it as far as the weather's concerned. To summarize, in summary, it gets hot and it's humid in the summer. It's unpredictable, and you can get 4 seasons in one day. Invest in a really good coat, invest in some good rain boots, and an umbrella, and you should be good. And stay indoors when it is extreme. Don't be stuck in your car in a flood. It's super dangerous and it's not good on the old emergency services. So, and don't organise anything for Memorial Day weekend, because there's a high chance that it will be raining. So that's it from me, guys. If you are looking to move to Austin, make sure you reach out. We can tell you loads of other awesome things about Austin. We'd love to hear from you. Our details are below again. Phone, ring, ring, text, email. You know how to contact us. We'd love to hear from you and see how we can help on you relocating here. Until then, guys, take care. See you soon.